I want to show you something. Pick up any Trader Joe's product near you right now. Anything. Look at the front. What do you feel? That feeling, that low-level comfort, that sense that someone already vetted this for you. That feeling is worth more to Trader Joe's than anything inside the package. And I say that not to be cynical. I say it because I used to feel it too, every week. And then I started actually reading the labels. What I found over the next several weeks, going through EWG Food Scores data, peer-reviewed food science, and USDA regulatory records, was a pattern that genuinely unsettled me. Not because Trader Joe's is uniquely corrupt, but because the gap between what the brand signals and what specific products contain is widest exactly where health-conscious consumers are making their most deliberate choices. 7 products. 7 cases where trust is doing work that scrutiny should be doing instead. And then 5 products that actually hold up, including one that only holds up if you buy the right version. Most people buying it are getting the wrong one. The finding that genuinely stopped me cold is number 7. The math on that one isn't complicated. It's just something nobody says out loud. Stay with me. Product number 1, everything but the bagel almond flour crackers. Here's the mechanism that runs through almost everything on this list, so understand it once and you'll see it everywhere. A product gets positioned as a healthier alternative to something you already feel mild guilt about. The packaging codes as clean, minimal, intentional. You stop reading because the category has already been approved in your head. That approval is the product. The EBTB almond flour crackers are grain-free, which for a lot of people is the signal they need. But the primary fat source is sunflower oil, a refined seed oil extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. A 2021 review published in Nutrients found that habitual high omega-6 intake is associated with elevated systemic inflammation markers when it isn't balanced by omega-3 intake. The average American diet already runs at a 20-to-1 omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. The recommended ratio is 4-to-1. This cracker isn't adding to a balanced diet. It's adding to an existing imbalance in a product bought to correct it. The alternative that costs the same, any grain-free cracker using avocado oil or olive oil is the primary fat. They exist. They're in the same aisle. The ingredient panel tells you in 4 seconds which one you're holding. Product number 2, reduced guilt mac and cheese. 2 words that are doing enormous psychological work. Reduced guilt. Let me tell you exactly what reduced means under FDA labeling law, because almost nobody knows this. It means 25% less of a specific nutrient compared to a reference product. That is the complete legal definition. It does not mean low. It does not mean good. It does not mean the product has been made healthier. It means one number got nudged down by a quarter. This product has approximately 530 milligrams of sodium per labeled serving. The labeled serving is roughly half what a normal adult eats. A realistic portion puts you above 1,000 milligrams of sodium, nearly half the American Heart Association's daily recommended ceiling in a single bowl. It also contains sodium caseinate, a milk-derived protein the FDA classifies as distinct from dairy. Anyone managing dairy sensitivity who assumes a lighter product has been cleaned up across the board is working with incomplete information. The label told you it already did the thinking. It didn't. It outsourced the thinking to 2 words and charged you full price for it. Before the next 2 products, I need to establish something. Because without it, what comes later won't land the way it should. Product number 3, organic cream of tomato soup. The word organic is doing something specific to your brain right now, and food marketers know exactly what it's doing. USDA organic certification addresses one thing: pesticide and synthetic fertilizer use in farming. That's it. It says nothing about what happens to the ingredient after it leaves the farm. Nothing about additive load, nothing about processing level, Nothing about what gets added to make shelf-stable food taste like it was made this morning. This soup carries a USDA organic seal. It also contains carrageenan. Carrageenan is a seaweed-derived thickening agent. Dr. Joanne Tobichman, professor of clinical medicine at the University of Illinois at Chicago, has published multiple peer-reviewed studies showing carrageenan triggers inflammatory responses in intestinal epithelial cells. The food industry uses what it classifies as undegraded carrageenan, currently designated GRAS by the FDA. But a 2017 review in Critical Reviews in Food Science and Nutrition found the distinction between degraded and undegraded carrageenan may not hold under actual digestive conditions the way it holds in controlled lab settings. Here's the part that's documented in public regulatory records and almost never discussed. Carrageenan was removed from the USDA National Organic Programs Approved Substances list in 2018. Then it was put back. The reinstatement came after sustained industry comment periods and lobbying. You can pull this from USDA regulatory archives yourself. A substance controversial enough to be removed from organic certification, reinstated after industry pressure, is sitting in your certified organic soup. Organic didn't protect you here. It made you stop looking. And this is the exact dynamic that makes number 7 so much worse than it first appears. Hold that. Product number 4, cauliflower gnocchi. Primary ingredient, cassava flour. Cauliflower is second. Cassava flour has a glycemic index of approximately 94, according to a 2020 study published in Food Chemistry. White bread sits around 70. Table sugar is 65. The product, marketed as a vegetable-forward, health-conscious pasta alternative, produces a faster blood sugar response than regular pasta. The people most likely to be buying it, specifically for blood sugar management or reduced carb load, are getting the opposite of what they think they're getting. Drop a comment if you've been buying these for that reason. I want to know how many people this is actually affecting. Product number 5, speculoos cookie butter. This product is not pretending to be healthy. That's almost not the point. The point is permission. Cookie butter's first 2 ingredients are sugar and palm oil. It has 10.5 grams of added sugar per tablespoon, nutritionally nearly identical to Nutella. But Nutella carries cultural baggage. You know it's indulgent. You moderate it. Cookie butter lives in the specialty section as a quirky artisanal import, and the Trader Joe's halo converts it into a sophisticated pantry item. The same nutritional profile, consumed with less awareness, consumed more frequently, consumed without the mental accounting that Nutella triggers. The product didn't change. The permission structure around it did. Product number 6, organic reduced fat peanut butter. This one requires a brief lesson in how food reformulation actually works, because understanding it will change how you read every reduced fat label you ever see. The fat in natural peanut butter is primarily monounsaturated, the same fat class that makes olive oil worth recommending. When manufacturers remove it, something has to replace it for texture and palatability. In this product, added sugar and maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is a highly processed starch with a glycemic index between 95 and 136 depending on the source, higher than table sugar. So, the good fat was removed. A fast-digesting, high-glycemic starch was added. The reduced fat claim is 100% legally accurate. A 2019 review in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found no evidence that reducing fat from whole food sources like nuts improves metabolic outcomes. The reduced fat peanut butter category was built on a dietary fear, fat makes you fat, that the research has since walked back substantially. You paid a premium to make a food worse. Product number 7, organic is strawberry lemonade. Everything I've shown you so far involves trade-offs. An ingredient you might want to avoid, a label claim that's technically true but misleading in context, a health alternative that doesn't deliver. This one is different. This one has a specific number. And that number only stays hidden because the label is structured so that most people never actually do the math. Let me do it for you. 28 grams of added sugar per 8-ounce serving. The bottle contains 32 ounces, 4 labeled servings. Nobody pours 8 ounces of lemonade. A normal glass is 16 ounces, 2 labeled servings, 56 grams of added sugar. The American Heart Association's recommended daily added sugar limit, 25 grams for adult women, 36 grams for adult men. 1 glass of Trader Joe's organic strawberry lemonade before a meal, before a snack, before anything else in the day delivers 224% of a woman's recommended daily sugar limit. For men, it's 155%. And here's the specific finding from a 2022 analysis by researchers at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health that made this feel like something more than a label technicality. Front-of-pack health claims, including organic, significantly reduce consumers' estimation of sugar and calorie content in beverages. Not slightly? Significantly. The organic label isn't neutral. It is actively suppressing your ability to calculate what you're consuming. The certification on this bottle means the sugarcane was farmed without certain pesticides. It has zero legal relationship to how much of that sugarcane ended up inside it. This is the product I kept coming back to. Not because it's uniquely dangerous, but because every single element of its presentation, the word organic, the word strawberry, the word lemonade, the Trader Joe's aesthetic, is working in precise coordination to prevent one simple calculation. And it works. It worked on me for years. Here's where I tell you what's worth buying. Because the goal isn't to make you afraid of the store. It's to make you accurate inside it. Wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, canned. Ingredients: salmon, salt. Sockeye doesn't farm commercially at scale, so wild is a real sourcing fact. High EPA and DHA, one of the best protein values in the building. Sprouted 7-grain bread. Genuinely sprouted grain, not whole grain marketing applied to standard flour. Sprouting reduces phytic acid and improves mineral absorption. Documented in nutritional biochemistry literature. Clean label for the category. 72% cacao dark chocolate bar. A 2017 meta-analysis in Frontiers in Nutrition found dose-dependent associations between high cacao chocolate consumption and cardiovascular health markers. 4 ingredients. The price-to-quality ratio is genuinely difficult to beat at any grocery store. Raw almonds, 1 ingredient. Strong monounsaturated fat profile. Nothing to analyze. Buy them. Frozen organic edamame. And here's the catch. This is the one product where the organic certification is doing real, specific work. Conventionally farmed soy carries documented pesticide residue concerns that EWG Food Safety Reporting has flagged repeatedly. The organic version here is meaningfully different from the conventional version, not just a label upgrade. But if you're buying the salted version versus the unsalted, check the sodium content. Trader Joe's sells multiple edamame SKUs, and the sodium variance between them is significant. You want the one where edamame and salt are the only 2 ingredients. Some versions have added flavoring. The base version is clean. Read it every time because the packaging looks nearly identical. Here's the thing that stayed with me after all of this. Trader Joe's didn't invent any of these tactics. Reduced fat labels, organic halos on high-sugar beverages, health-coded alternatives with worse nutritional profiles. These are industry-wide practices. What makes Trader Joe's the case study is that the trust built around that brand amplifies every single one of them. The higher the trust, the lower the scrutiny. And the lower the scrutiny, the more effectively these products do what they're designed to do. You are not failing when you don't read labels carefully at a store you trust. You are responding exactly the way the brand architecture was designed to make you respond. That's not a character flaw. That's a system working as intended. What changes today is that you now have the number, 224%. That number doesn't leave you. The next time you're standing in the beverage aisle holding something that says organic and feels wholesome and costs a little more than the generic version, that number is going to be there. And you're going to flip the bottle over. That's the only habit that actually costs the brand something. The NOVA Ultra Processing Classification System, built by researchers at the University of São Paulo, gives you a framework that no label can override. The ingredient panel is the product. The front of the package is the pitch. Read them in that order every time, regardless of whose name is on the packaging. Not because you should distrust everything, because you should trust your own ability to read 4 lines of text more than you trust a brand to have done it for you. The investigation into Whole Foods. 365 private label products found the same pattern. And in the beverage category, the sugar numbers are higher. That one's already up.